do you think creates the deepest learning? The deepest learning.
Again, I would put it to mutual respect. Mutual respect. The deepest learning for me is both student teacher having the ability to listen. The listening for me is key, and the listening. Many times I'm in a teaching environment, and I know that the student isn't listening, and that's when the brakes come on and everything stops, and it's listening with a will to experience the process. Because when that's
listening with a will to experience the process.
Yes. Because when you feel that student is not there with you, it doesn't matter what you're trying to teach them, and it happens a lot, and it really does happen a lot.
We all know it.
The distraction of
every educator must know.
Absolutely, absolutely. But when you feel a student is there, I was teaching someone a few months ago, and I said to a young female trombone player, I said to her, have you played this style of music before? No, I'll have a go. And everything I threw at her, she, oh yeah, I'll have a go. I'll go for it. Yeah. And I thought, wow. And I said, well, this is the style. It goes like this. Yeah, I'll have a go. And it was like, wow, that's fantastic, because suddenly I'm like, I want to teach. I want to show you what the possibilities are.
We'll have a go. Yes. Let's try this.
But you can talk to some students and they don't really want to be there.
No. And isn't there something I was thinking about in super deep learning for myself, that if there's something about seeing connections and seeing the themes, and this is like from the student's point of view, you just start to see it come together and thinking, and literally it is connecting up.
Yes.
And it's like almost like the light bulb moment.
Yes.
And then it's like, oh, I could take this to some other place now. You've seen the connections.
Yes, and that's where it's exciting when with deep listening and
I suppose this links to the individual taking full ownership of their own learning.
Absolutely,
again, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I want to listen because I really want to learn.
Yes,
I've got this now. I really want to learn from you, big time.
Yes, and that point at which
I'm going to listen.
That point.
Every word.
Yeah, that point at which a student suddenly realizes that everything clicks, or not everything, but you can feel all of the channels, all of the channels connecting, and it's like, wow, I think I've got it. That is where, for me, the revelation is, and we've experienced this, with our thing. But it's incredible when you see someone getting it, when you see a person getting it, and then you say, okay, they've got that spark now. They can feel what it is. They can feel the possibilities, and then it's just the nurturing from there. Because at that point, the student is going to explore. The student is going to, I need to dig into this a bit further, and that's where the teacher role takes a different meaning. The whole depth of learning is suddenly transferred to the student, and in the positive way that it should. The teacher just becomes a facilitator, and the student is actually doing the work, and the teacher then just basically just augments what the student is working.
Beautifully said. So really the deepest learning is where we're looking here at the emotional, the spiritual, the intellectual connections going at the most deep level, fully owned by the person, by the learner.
Yes.
And then now they're flying, aren't they?
Yes.
Now they're going off. And now the teacher, as you say, takes this different role. Now they're much more in the facilitating, oiling the wheels.
Yes, absolutely.
But stepping back, really, pulling back even further. I did find this fabulous quote, actually. There's this quote from the Tao Te Ching, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear,
Absolutely.
which is lovely. But I hadn't heard this, but the second piece of it, when the teacher is ready, the teacher will appear. When the student is truly ready, the teacher will disappear. And I thought, wow.
Absolutely.
And in a way, it's just exactly what you're saying there, isn't it? Exactly what you're saying.
Well, you know, I had a situation. I had a very beautiful experience recently with one of my students, who I invited to play on a concert, joint concert, jazz performance, and I gave them billing as well. It was important to have that student's name on the program, and throughout that process of the concert, I just stood back a little bit and allowed them. Said, "Oh, you have to talk to the audience. Oh, you have to say something about this song. Okay, you are going to count the band in.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to go and have a break. You take a."
Oh.
And these are the
fading.
Yes, and this is where I'm fading into the background, and the student is learning more or experiencing more of what it's truly like to get closer to the destination, if you like. And it's a nice feeling as an educator to be able to watch the growth over months, years, and then gradually stand back and watch that student stand in their whole, if you like.
Yeah,
so
beautiful. And then many years later, they'll stop you on the street.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yeah, well, many years.
They all remember.
Yes, many years later, I'll go and sit in the audience of their gig. That's the goal.
Yeah, that's the goal.
That's the goal, to go and sit in the audience watching them perform.
Yeah.
And that's
to be the audience for our learners.
Absolutely.
So far.
Yes.